Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Hangout with Busayo.
Nothing happens by accident. There are things our eyes cannot see.
A complete one. Every challenge you have to re-strategize. Look at what you can do to beat the odds, to come up higher.
Hello, welcome to Hangout with Busayo. Remember, I said something that it was like a burden to me that we'll have 12 gospel ministers come grace this program to share some of their experiences so far in the gospel music industry and even outside that. Today we have someone spectacular with us in the studio. This is the first time I'm meeting him one-on-one, and it's the first time I think he's meeting me one-on-one too. So before I tell you who we have in the studio, let's quickly go on this short break and listen to one of his songs. Then when we are done, we'll come back and you'll know who is with me in the studio.
You carry me when some carry their God. You feed me, Lord, when some feed their God. You fought for me when some fight for the God. Jesus, you know they use me play. Oh, nah, 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 nah. You know they use me play. Oh. You carry me when some carry their God. You feed me, Lord, when some feed their God. Fought for me when some fight for their God. Jesus, you know they use me play. Oh, nah. You know they use me play.
Welcome back, guys. Today we have in the studio with us, in the Hangout of Busayo Studios, we have Ema Onyx. No, this is a rare privilege, I must say, that having you in the studio. You know, time and time again, you know, most people tell me, when are you going to bring Ema Onyx to the studio? And I'm like, okay, it's not me personally. Just let us allow God to work things up and connect us together, and we'll be here together in the studio. So the first question I want to ask, I know most of these questions are not driven by me. A friend of mine asked and said, is when we're discussing, I asked that, is Ema Onyx his name? Is there something about after the Onyx, or is let's start from there.
Okay, my name, the stage name is Ema Onyx. Actually, that is not my name.
Okay.
A lot of people have asked these questions. It's good you know the real name. My name is Emmanuel.
Okay.
Then from the Emmanuel, I thought it's going to be so long, so I have to look for a way to make it Emma.
Okay.
So then the Onyx is actually an English word.
Mm-hmm.
Means precious diamond, an English word. Although my son name is Onyebula, these are not things that actually inspired the name.
Okay.
So I have to remove Onyebula. Actually starts with Onyx.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to remove the X and remove the E and put X to make it Onyx.
Wow.
So my real name is Emmanuel Onyebula.
Okay, how has it been so far in the gospel music? Like, I won't call it industry, I'll call it a ministry. Yeah. Because the ministry, and starting from the first song, let's start from the song that you know, I listen to your songs back to back, and okay, my friend now pointed me to one, and when it first came out, you know, they used me play that you featured Osinachi Nwachukwu there. So I want to know, how has it been so far? What was the story behind the growing process to the Ema Onyx?
Okay, of course, in everything we do, whether your ministry, whether your job, your family, whatever you want to start, always challenges here and there. It's not except you're not a human being, except you're a spirit. But as long as you have breath, you have blood, you have water flowing through your body, the growing process has been there for everybody. In spite of what you are doing, like I said, it can be music, can be ministry, can be family, can even be your school. Whatever you want to attain in life, there are always the growing process. And the growing process has not been easy. Most 100%, well, that's okay. 90% of people who has gone through the level we have gone through, who have passed through this, will tell you that it wasn't easy for them too. There are always stories to tell about the challenges we face, things not working out the way we ought or the way we planned it. But the thing is, if you persist, if you are consistent in what God has called you to do, there are always a way of it. Even the Bible says, they say, I won't give you temptation that is beyond you. So the distractions, the things, the ground not being level is for your good. Is just probably to build your faith, build your strength, so that when you are there, you understand it didn't just come from nowhere. You worked it. God gave you the grace to go through that process. So it has not been easy, but God has been there. It's not been easy. It's been a very rough road before the Ema Onyx came. So it's been a very. I've done series. I have like 3 albums before they release me play. You get. So I've traveled. I've used nice bus to travel to Lagos to go and do promo, and they ate my money. You get. So there are processes, there are stories behind the scene that people don't see until you ask. But then I've had my own share of these stories that are not even palatable. But we thank God that the Ema Onyx came, Release Me Play came, and God used to introduce me to the world.
And one thing that is a concern to me as a person, looking at people who are in that rough road, in that rough situation where they are trying to get their things, get balance, not really even in the gospel music ministry, and looking at different ministries like let's say the acting ministry, like drama ministry. We have different ministries even outside the church. I mean, let's now move down to the secular jobs and all. People are having serious issues. I don't know if there is one experience that really that you can remember that really prompted you to really say, no, God, that prompted you to more prayer and say, God, you need to help me. This thing, you have called me, but show yourself.
Actually, I've not really been in that. I've not been in that situation. I did music, or I was doing what I was doing, or what I'm doing with passion. Not necessarily, I want to blow, which is more. This is what is running through the mind of most everybody that is into this. Into whatever you do, like you say, let's not just narrow it down to gospel alone or the ministry alone. Whatever you do, you want to be noticed. You want the world to hear what you do. But then, I wouldn't say my intention was to do a song, let the song blow, then I'm known, then I'll start making money. No, I'll start traveling here and there. No, I just wanted to serve God. I never knew music can even pay, to be frank with you. I never knew you can go for programs, they give you money. You can sit down, YouTube pay you in dollars. I don't know. I was just doing my thing, innocently serving God. So there was no point in time so that if you don't answer my prayer, answer me so I can blow. No, I've never been in that situation. I was just doing my thing. I was just trying to serve God with the passion, with the dreams, with the talent He has given to me. So I've not been in a situation where I have to press further, where I have to fast further, where I have to do anything extraordinary to be heard. It's just the timing of okay. Another thing you need to understand is the seed you sow at every point in time grows when God wants it to grow. The seed you sow, whether good or bad, at the time they need to germinate, they will germinate. So I think it's the seed that you probably have sown over the years. I've served God when I was in school. I was all to God. I was in 9 fairs. I was one of the schools in music. I was just doing my thing. I served in my local church, the choir, music director for years. And like I said, I didn't know music can be this honorable, where you are being paid, where you are asked to sign, do some signatures, do an ambassadorial thing. I don't know. But then the point is, whatever you are doing, if you want the light of God to shine on you, just calm down, keep doing it. You probably are out there asking God, when is going to be my time? Don't be in a hurry to be noticed. Just keep doing what you are doing. When it's the time for God to lift you up, no man can even stop.
Okay. Now, this is really a one thing that really is a challenge to people. Most youth out there, and even they always want to say, okay, we want to get our money, we want to do this, we want to do this, we want to blow, we want to do one thing or the other. Now, I don't know. Looking at the Use Me Play song that came out, and it's in fact up to today, it's a huge blessing to people. Now, how did you feel the day you, the day that it's now the announcement came?
Everybody feels good when your song is trending. When you know that it came out, it was actually the top chart song in Nigeria and even almost, I think, US too. And as I talk to you, it's over 11 million views on YouTube. It's just like a year. The thing is, of course, every normal human being, except you don't even like yourself progressing, you will feel bad. It's been an awesome moment for me. I feel so good. At the same time, I try to watch it so I don't allow pride to crawl into what God is doing, because I'm not in the process. God did what He did. I've done songs that I feel that are better than nobody heard of them. But this one, God chose it. So I feel so good. I feel, I've done over 4 collabs from the United States of America. People travel down to Nigeria to come and do a song with me. Is that you can imagine how good you feel that even in international level you are being recognized. Recently, I think late last year, I won an international award as in the African Best Song of the Year. I think it was a marathon award, yes. So you feel so good when you are being recognized locally and internationally. So I feel I must be playing with you is a good moment for anybody to be recognized. You're going to the airport, you are saying, they're asking you for the autograph. A lot of things, attentions are just on you. But it's not left for you to manage it. It doesn't get into your head. I like what God has done. Nobody likes good things and say, should I be repeated about it? It's an awesome moment. You enjoy every moment of it that comes with it, but the glory goes back to God.
Yes, the glory goes back to God. We'll go on this short break, and when we come back, I want to ask a question to Ema Onyx. I want to do that before we go on this short break. I want to know, how did you handle fame? I'll be right back on the program Hangout with Busayo. Welcome back to Hangout with Busayo. We still have Ema Onyx with us in the studio. And the question I asked last was, how did you handle fame? Most people, or how are you handling fame? Because he's still famous. When he was coming to the studio, I was like, hey God, everyone not gonna line up now. Choke everywhere that Ema Onyx is here in the studio with me. And I was just looking left, looking right. I was like, okay, I think we are cool and we can move from here. So how are you handling fame?
Okay, first, we need to understand what we do. As I'm a gospel artist. So the way I'll handle it is different from someone who does secular will handle it. Probably as you're coming, you will have seen some policemen and other people, just the ones that are naked, coming around you to do this. But then we need to understand what has called us to do. When you understand, from my point, the way I've been handling it is, I understand that what I am today or what I'm going to be is what God has done. I have no hand in it. They didn't play song. I keep telling people that I didn't write a song. God wrote the song, waiting for somebody to give the song to pass to the earth. I was available, He gave me the song. So if you understand how life has been, how has evolved, you understand that what you are today, you have no hand in it. That meaning that your glory goes back to the Father who made you who you are. So I try as much as possible not to be distracted. I try as much as possible not allow the thing get into my head. Because we're human. It's very sweet to be famous. It's very sweet that when you walk, people will, let's snap up, all those kind of things. It's awesome. But don't try to make the next person who is standing by you feel less human. It's just a matter of time. The Bible says time and chance happeneth to them all. That you are there today doesn't mean somebody else is not going to come. But I'm handling it because I fear God. You have to be humble and just throw away pride. Just be down to earth. And the good thing is this. God Himself told us that He resists the look of a pride person from far. God run away from it. God sees an atom of being pride in you. He runs away from you. So if you understand that you're a gospel artist and everything, your totality of your life is to God, you try to be humble and relate to people, meaning knowing that they are all, you guys are, God doesn't see me different from the way He sees someone who is not known or who doesn't have 1 million views on his YouTube or anywhere. We are the same as long as we are sons and daughters of God. So I've been handling knowing that the glory is to God, not to me.
Okay, I would like to ask this question before we wrap things up on the program today. then what are you going to advise people facing a hard time out there? Maybe youths, maybe having the fact that they have the talent, they have the gifts. They can sing. For some people, they can sing very well, but it's as if things are not falling in place for them. What would you advise them at this time?
Okay, first, you need to know that if God has called you, it's not void of temptation. It's not void of challenges. Yeah, remember, we are still on earth. We have not gone to heaven yet. So all those things, the rough roads are just for us to enjoy here, and God gives you the grace. Which the grace is actually available for everyone. So if God has given you the grace and you are ready to put the grace to work, you will come out of it. There are challenges facing the industry, whether music, arts, and whatever you want to do. All right, they have their own peculiar challenges that are facing. But in the same challenge, that situation, people are equally surviving. People are breaking new grounds. People are progressing. So don't allow your own weigh you down. If you're out there listening to us, don't allow your own to weigh you down. People have seen more than what we're even facing, and God saw them through. The problem we have, the challenge we have, most young men, they are in a hurry to blow. They are in a hurry to be seen on that big stage. They are in a hurry to count millions. They are in a hurry to be known. They don't want to know what they want to be known for. As in, I was telling someone, say, don't struggle to be known, struggle to know. When you know, people are going to struggle to know. It's not the rhyme, it's the truth. When you know what you want people to know you for, people will run after you. There are people that are talented, there are people that are graced, there are people that their vision is so big, but they are not known. It doesn't mean that they've not done their own work. It's just that a matter of time. When God shines on, see, there are things we need to understand the way this life is governed. God gives everybody a chance. And when that chance comes to you, when that opportunity comes to you, no man will take it away from you. So if you are out there, youth, don't be in a hurry to make that money. Don't be in a hurry to climb I think I've climbed, if not for experience, I've climbed one of the biggest stage in Nigeria. I've seen over 20,000 persons gathered. I was like, how am I going to do that? You understand? But the thing is that I didn't see myself like, oh, you can. I was so comfortable in my church thing, doing my thing. But when it was time for God to lift you, He breaks every barrier to promote you. He breaks every barrier to project you. I told you, I have to go through 9 balls before they use me play those days to go promote my song. When they use me play came, I didn't do all those things. Marketers were calling me, about want to market your song, name your price. You get? Meaning that what I've done before, I couldn't do them now because it's just the time that God has orchestrated for me that this is the time for you, whether the level like it or not, whether even if you are not prepared. Mind you, the song God gave me is from God. So He gave me that song at that point in time because He knew that song was just the song I've been waiting for the world to know. Meaning that we're in a hurry. Some of us are running faster than God. We are not waiting. We're in a hurry to get this thing happen. Just that time we want it, not minding if that's actually the timing of God. So I will tell you, calm down. Don't be in a hurry. Seek the face of God. Do the right thing. Leave this money syndrome thing. When it's the right time to come, God will shower His blessing upon you.
God will shower His blessings indeed upon you. So now, before Ema Onyx will leave the studio, I did not tell him this thing before time. And I'm feeling like this can be a coup. And do you know what it is? I want him to sing one song for us. That you know this may play. He will sing it. At least even though it's just 2 lines or 3 lines or 4 lines, he will sing it with us. And at the end, he will just say maybe words to you, his fans and his followers. We are all, nobody will say that I've not sang that song. I remember one time during the retreat, I had a personal retreat, and then I was just singing. I was singing other songs, but that song just came. And when I started singing it, I was like, oh no, this is the song for that time. And it's a blessing to me. I must really say it's a blessing to me. So he's now here with me in the studio now. Before it was looking like it was looking like a mirage. And if they should wake me up and say you'll be with me in the studio today, I'll tell them that okay, I don't know, but God did it in His own way, and Ema Onyx with me in the studio. So Ema Onyx, over to you.
You carry me when some carry the girls. You feed me up when some feed the girls. You fought for me When some fight for their girls, Jesus, you know they use me play. Oh. Na 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 na.
You know they use me play. Finally, my voice attack you. Okay, thank you very much, Ema Onyx. Just a few words that you want to say, people out there listening to us and viewing us. Just few words you have for them.
No, I want to encourage you to hold God fast. It has worked. If you are looking for miracle, I want the people that should tell you that God exists, God still do wonders, God still perform miracles. Please hold on and be prayerful. If you are in Nigeria, you should know what is happening now. People are not even safe. But you have to be positive around yourself. You need to speak things that you want to see. When you wake up in the morning, speak over your life. Don't speak what the government is telling us. Don't speak what the AIT channels, and I need to call their names, CNN, all of that. Speak what heaven is telling you to speak part time. That when we want to watch your TV, we see a lot of crises here. And I saw one yesterday, a young boy carrying 2 human hair, probably for ritual. A lot of things are happening. So you out there, I want to encourage you, if you don't know Christ, it's time for you to know Christ. If you are not too sure of your salvation, it's now. This is the time, this is the set time for you to accept God. That is the essence of our living. That is what we do. That is what He created us for. Otherwise, you're going to be describing what's happening around. And the good thing is this, in spite of what is happening around, God has made a way of escape for us. So you out there, know that you are not going to be drowned with all this. All of us are going to come out of it. So be patient with it, pray, be prayerful, and seek the face of God, and He will surely answer you.
Yes, He will surely answer you, and that is coming from Ema Onyx. Thank you very much for joining us today on Hangout with Busayo. Don't forget, the program makes a return next week, and I will say bye for now.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Hangout with Busayo.
Nothing happens by accident. There are things our eyes cannot see.
A complete one. Every challenge you have to re-strategize. Look at what you can do to beat the odds, to come up higher.